All right.
We are live Tuesday at 7. We are rolling up at Tribal Balance. Today we are interviewing Daniella Calabrese, and we are starting off at her workplace because there's artwork here, and we wanted to introduce that. In case you guys are from this general area, we're in North Royalton. That's close to where we live, so we're going to get out and just go ahead and bust in on them. Thanks, Craig, for keeping an eye on
No problem.
camera.
I like these impromptu things. Just busting in.
Yeah, so for the folks that are looking for a date stamp, it is summer. It is August 2024, and we're walking into Tribal Balance, natural wellness. And for those of you who know Daniella, you know that this is part of her being. Hello, Daniella.
Hi.
Thanks for letting us bust in on you tonight. So for the folks that are joining, we are here at North Royalton. We are at Tribal Balance.
Yes.
How long has the shop been open?
So we opened a little bit over 4 years ago, but we opened up as a CBD store when the CBD fad was booming. Mm-hmm. We were called Royalton CBD. It worked really well for 4 years, especially for clicks and marketing. I feel that in the past 2 years we started alienating some potential customer base. So we switched over, made a brand change, and we called ourselves Tribal Balance, especially since we copyrighted the brand 3 years ago because we have our own products, like our Tribal Balance Muscle Cream, which I don't know where it is, and our roll-ons, which is also somewhere over there. So yes, but they do exist. We do have Tribal Balance products.
Yeah, I absolutely love that you created your own brand, and I think that's it. Kind of from looking at your work, right, and certainly I think from experiencing your artwork,
Right.
It all aligns with I think
so
your being too.
Absolutely.
And as we look here, I'm going to point, Craig, if you could catch that. And the reason being is, if you follow Daniella's socials, you've seen this, but what I didn't realize is how striking this piece would be in person and how big it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, that's my preferred size to paint on, 36 by 48. My favorite thing is all the tiny details, and those are things I actually don't plan. So those are the part where I actually kind of just turn off the mind and I just go with the flow, and in the moment I am able to create all that. It's like movement,
Yeah.
with all the dots, and it's almost meditative for me. And I'm just as surprised with my outcome as other people are. I never know what direction I'm going to go into, and that's what I like about doing this.
Tell us a little bit about the process, right? So I would imagine you have maybe you don't have an idea about where it's going to finish.
No idea.
You just start.
No, I like that. I usually have just a main idea. Like in this case, it was a raven. Okay, I'm like, you know what, I want to do a raven.
Yeah.
So I just kind of laid out the bird, sketched out the bird, and then after that, I was like, I think there should be a skull underneath it, and that's literally all I had planned. The rest kind of just took place as I started, and that's all. A lot of people think that that's just really kind of an unconventional thing. There's not a lot of planning ahead of time, but I like that.
Can I have that real quick? Yeah, this real quick. I'm going to step around here because what I want to do is just get up.
Absolutely. This might be one of my favorites so far. I'm doing a whole series of different animals, kind of inspired by my weekly long hiking adventures that I take. So that is one of the first ones that I'm creating. I have a whole new line for a Halloween show that'll be in 2025. So it gives me plenty of time to paint.
Tell us a little bit, because those aren't just like a half-mile hike, through the metro parks.
No.
Like, what is your hiking experience? And because obviously you're centering yourself, you're getting, a lot of
Yes.
inspiration. Tell us about the hike.
Okay, so every week every Wednesday I do a 10 to 15 mile hike, and it's basically I think that's what's inspiring a lot of new work. But yeah, I start around like noon, and it can take anywhere between 4 and 5 hours, and I am very one with nature when I do that. It's me and my boyfriend every Wednesday, rain or shine. We've hiked in the rain, does not matter. But I just feel very connected, you know, and I kind of just, it's almost like we're just disconnected from the world for those 4 and 5 hours. It's incredible. Yeah, it's a really good experience, very psychedelic experience.
Now, as I understand, walking in here, there's more artwork of yours than just this painting here at Tribal Balance. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I have my handcrafted jewelry. There's so many different things that I do. It's too bad I didn't have any of my mosaic guitars here, because those are really fun to look at. But I have also some handcrafted jewelry over here. So I like a lot of these are gemstones that I like in particular. Like we've got tiger's eye right there, some jade. That's actually a Reiki symbol. And then I have a bunch of tiger's eye over here. But I honestly have no experience in making jewelry. I just thought, I bet I could do it, but I really would rather do it my way. I didn't really want to read up on techniques. I just kind of want to create my own way of doing things. That's very typically me. I like to just kind of figure out my own way. But people seem to like them, and I almost feel like a queen or like some type of goddess would, you know, wear these.
They're a statement piece.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, you know, folks aren't wearing this to the gym, obviously,
no,
right?
No.
It's a statement piece. So
Absolutely.
when folks are going out and when when a loved one is buying a piece of artwork, right? There is intent.
Yeah, wearable art is what, you know, it's it has like a spiritual aspect for me as well. So
And I want to explore that, and I'm going to explore that. But before we go there, what I wanted to do was, for those of you who have not joined us for Tuesday at 7 before, we've been gathering for 7 years weekly, and we are looking just to tell people's stories and understand, you know, where they're at, and if you've got to take this customer.
well,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get Rob.
Yeah, for sure. So for those who haven't joined, we encourage you to join. But what we also do is encourage you to share this live video, because when you share, it gets Daniella's story, and it also helps spread her artwork and her reach out in the community. But when you share, we know it, right?
Absolutely.
Daniella,
Absolutely.
you had shared that you were going to offer something. Have you decided what that was going to be yet?
Oh, yes. Let me go grab that.
Oh, yeah. So when you share, in the very bottom left-hand side of your screen, there's a share button. It may just be an arrow. But when you share, we know it. And when you press that share button, it will prompt you as to what to do next. You can share it to an individual. You can share it to your friends list. You can share it to a group. But when you do, we know it, and we'll put your name in our next interview for a drawing. And
Yeah, got a nice little scared piece right here. I think this could work for a man or a woman. It's a protection symbol, and I have actually quite a few of these tattooed all over my body. So it's yes, I think this would work for, like I said, man or woman.
absolutely. Well, that's generous. So share away, folks. In addition to jewelry, in addition to painting, I also know that you sing.
I do. Singer-songwriter.
Singer-songwriter.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I am connected.
Are you connected?
I am connected. I probably should wait until.
So while we wait for the business to kind of finish out, how early? I mean, were you one of those kids? Were you an adult who started to sing? Like, when did the whole?
Okay, so according to my father,
Okay.
I had perfect pitch at 8. Okay, that's what he says. My father is a music teacher today. He's actually a classical Latin flamenco musician. So growing up in my household, there was really no sports. It was just music. There was a recording studio in the basement. My mom played piano, sang. My dad guitar and sing. So I kind of started picking that up really young, and I started singing around 4. And my dad even has some recordings of me singing at like 4 years old. I sound like a chipmunk. It's entertaining, but yeah, it's something that I could just do, and self-taught as well, and could sing a number of genres. And yeah, I think your environment really shapes you, and that was my environment growing up. And I'm the first musician artist of the family.
Really?
Yeah.
So you certainly have that music.
You can take that.
You said so your parents, they weren't painters or jewelry makers, they were musicians,
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah.
$28.
But it was pretty serious.
Very, absolutely. I mean, my father was just always writing. So I would always be in the basement and just kind of see his process of writing. And piano was upstairs, you know, all the recording stuff was downstairs. And yeah, it was very musical household. And of course, I, you know, would travel all over to see Dad because he would play all over. To this day, he's still a very successful musician. So yeah.
But songwriting,
Oh yeah.
which is a whole different thing, right?
Absolutely.
So that's so when you say songwriting, is it lyricist? Is it creating the music?
Both.
Is it, both.
Both. Yeah. Both parts. Absolutely.
Now, you've been singing for a bit, right? And for folks who have seen you out, what different genres might they have seen you perform?
It would have been mostly rock and roll.
Okay.
Heavier rock, blues. Those are the only genres I've ever really sang. Started a metalcore project recently, but it's in the very beginning stages, and that'll be the heaviest music that I've done, which I've always wanted to do. So I'm really excited to do that.
Yeah.
But I still do the classic rock bands as well. So yeah.
But these 3 are
Painting.
Yeah.
How long, or when did you first find yourself picking up?
Oh, funny story.
Yeah.
So I was just somebody who would draw. You know, I would just draw kind of. I think I had like an excessive amount of energy most of my life. So drawing, I don't know how I was able to, you know, sit and focus, but that's one thing that I had all the patience in the world for. And I was a sketcher, and then I was dating a Kent State art student at the time, and I think I was about 19. And he said, I bet you could paint. And he's like, I want you to give this a try. So he had this really large can, that size, 36 by 48 is what I literally started on. And he had some paints. I had no idea what I was doing, no idea what colors to use. I knew nothing about brushes, and I just went and I created this really awesome painting that I have to this day on my wall. My very first painting. I was 19. And I never stopped after that. That was it.
So that was it. So
That was it.
whatever it was, you just clicked the switch.
Oh yeah.
And
I didn't want to sketch anymore. No, it was all about painting.
yeah. Let's step outside just for
Okay,
a moment.
yeah.
And then we'll come right back on.
All right.
The oh, now, listen. When we go live, we just roll with the punches.
I was like,
here.
oh man, you know, all like I had a couple hours, nobody in here, and then of course, as soon as we start, we get the customers rolling in.
Well, it is August of 2024, and if you're local, we had like a touchdown tornado.
Oh yeah.
And so I bet you everybody just is kind of worming their way down the streets and around
Right,
power lines,
right,
and
absolutely.
so you're gonna have some folks join in here.
Yes.
Your artwork, and your ink and your tattoos, they certainly have a spiritual.
They
That's
do.
you know, I'm just kind
They
of
do.
you know coming back to your work, maybe a mystic. You know,
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that
Well,
inspiration.
that'll be kind of
Yeah.
hard to explain, but I consider myself a spiritual artist. There's always a component of spirituality when I'm painting or creating anything. So probably, oh yeah, okay. Okay. We'll put this somewhere where it's not gonna, or should I put this on my sleeve?
Come on, get in there.
Plug it in there.
Will that work?
I know that when we're live here.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Okay, Will.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
I'm like,
Yep.
is that weird or should I just?
So back to the question of it has a mystic, a
Oh, yeah.
spiritual feel, and you said that
Absolutely.
you're certainly a spiritual artist.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a spiritual process for me because a lot of times, again, like I have my main pieces that I want to focus like a painting on, but the rest is in the moment, and it's almost like just free flow. I don't think about it. The finishing touches, I never know what direction they're going to go in, and it's completely. I love it, and that to me, that's spiritual. I mean, that is, and plus, I have indigenous roots, so that's a big part of my life as well. So I have 2 different kinds of Native American, and one is Andean from Peru area, and then also Aztec. So I think you could see the influence in a lot of my work. As you can see, like my paintings, there's a lot of Native American inspiration. But yeah, I guess you could say I'm a mystic. Oh shoot, sorry, make sure my mint there. I guess I don't really want to go too much into detail about spirituality, but it's definitely a huge part of the process of anything I do, artistic wise, anything.
Yeah, I know that whenever we've talked with artists over the years, some of them have kind of a set time, a set space. They're like, I have to go someplace. I have to close the door behind me. I put on certain music, like
Really? Okay.
you know, like
Yeah.
Gotti. Even I think he said that he puts on. Oh my goodness, Thievery Corporation.
Okay.
I get in there and he goes.
Really?
That kind of clicks him in.
Nice.
To kind of move things along. Are there any things in terms of you're like, listen, I can grab a painting, go outside. Is there anything that you find gets that, gets you in that creative zone?
I don't really have like a routine
Okay.
per se, honestly. And the creative mood can strike at any time, and then it can go away for long periods of time as well.
Oh.
So honestly, I think like when I need to get in the zone, if I'm having a hard time focusing, like, can I be honest? I'm just probably going to smoke some weed. That's going to help me focus. That's going to kind of center me a little bit. But I don't have any routines. Like I don't listen to any kind of specific music or anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you guys, find yourself inventing from the very beginning, or you guys have certain rituals that you do. Share them if you do. But what we also want to do is encourage folks who have joined in, after the beginning. If you hit the share button, and we know it, and if you share this video, the next time we interview, we're going to draw a name, and if your name is drawn, you get a piece of work. Yeah.
One of my spiritual necklaces, a nice protection piece. It's a scarab. So I really like that with the wings open.
Which would apply for
it's a protection symbol. Yeah. And then this is stainless steel in case you have allergies. I have a lot of metal allergies, so stainless steel seems to be a good route to go for people. So
I have not thought about that before.
Yeah.
People are allergic to metals.
Oh, I am big time.
Okay.
Even like the inside of the jeans, like a button, I'll break out from that. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's not pleasant.
So for those of you who are joining, you were going to share was it this something is this a song? And did you write this and sing perform it?
I did. Yes. So I had a band years ago called Once Magnetic, and this is one of the songs I wrote. Let me grab my phone.
Yeah.
All right. Probably, I don't know if we'll play all of it, but we can play a little bit of it.
Yeah. As soon as you click that on, we're gonna just undo our mics so we get a better sound. You can just leave it there for.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Hopefully, I'm still connected. All right, let me play the little beginning.
Yeah.
So this was written with my then band probably about 10 years ago, but I really like this song. It's catchy. Wrote the melody, the lyrics, and it's me singing. So here we go.
let me tell you about a man who knows you can. No, he walks right over and shakes my hand. I'm telling no lies, I'll spot them out. We'll turn right around and tell you. Let me tell you a story.
It picks up in a minute.
You a story, yeah. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Got a little funky sound. But it's rock.
Na, 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 na.
You want to play the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you a story about a boy who just might not be my soul. And when you know that I know you don't.
Oh my gosh.
Let's not listen to the
Amazing.
whole thing.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, what a, I'll tell you what
I get is even from, let's say, a minute of that music, the feel, right? Your voice,
thank you.
the composition, it's really, really strong. For those folks who might want to follow some of your creations, your painting, your jewelry, tribal balance, your music, what's the best way? What are you on the socials? And
I am. Oh, it's caught. So Facebook and Instagram both. I was gonna say my website too. I have my website is DanielaCalabrese.com. DanielaCalabrese. That is everything that I've ever done. Every painting, which is quite a few. Every guitar I've created. Every piece of jewelry is on that website. And I have these beautiful mosaic guitars that I created years ago. They're mostly in California now, but I mean, those are really cool to look at too. So everything I've done is on that website. But yeah, I do use Facebook. I'm not great with Instagram. I don't quite understand it. I think I often joke about like finding like a 21 or 22-year-old to just take it over for me because I'm not the best with social media. I'm really not. So
for the first person who goes ahead and puts that website here in the comments, we'll go ahead and put your another share into the drawing for next week, so people can just go ahead and press right in there. But before we move on to the next spot, I want to do two things. One is I want to go back and take another look because there's a lot of people who may have missed that raven.
Okay. My current favorite piece.
And so for that raven, 3 foot by 4 foot.
Yes, it is.
3 foot by 4 foot. Yes. It's sizable. Is this for sale?
This is for sale. This actually is the start of a series that I'm working on, but this is for sale for $2,700 currently. Acrylic on canvas, only acrylic on canvas, and 36 by 48. I want to say I put about maybe 85. I kind of lost track after about 80 hours. So somewhere around there. But yes, it is for sale.
If somebody's interested in buying it, DM you on
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. On social media. Facebook. Yes. I think that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I don't
Sounds good.
use Instagram a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, before we leave, what I wanted to do is just do another quick introduction to tribal balance, right? Because there's a reason why you spend time here.
Right.
Besides, kind of the Zen, the wellness.
Yes.
What's give us an introduction, to the store here as well, and
Okay. Kind of like what I said before.
Robert Berg. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we started off with Royalton CBD 4 years ago. We didn't really want to alienate our customer and clientele base and kind of expand a little bit. So we went less of a CBD route, more into like a health and wellness supplement route. So now we carry multivitamins, nitro greens, collagen protein, whey protein, and we call ourselves Tribal Balance. It's kind of just a play on words. To me, tribal is kind of a sense of a community, like a group. So you have something more to live for than just yourself. And then the balance is just the balance that you have in just everyday life. Balance between work and pleasure. And we're just kind of it's a lifestyle thing, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. And then can you give a little brief about what we're planning to do in the future here as far as the...
So we are. So we're in negotiations right now, actually, to open up a second location. I can't reveal what the location is right now, but we want to incorporate a yoga studio with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu studio and tattooing. I think it all goes intertwines and connects together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's... And plus, no one else is like... That's... As far as I feel, a newer concept. I haven't seen that being done before. So I'm excited to be a part of that, too. Working on being a yoga teacher so I could, do that. And I have my art on the walls as well. So, yeah, really excited about that. And that's coming soon. So.
The fusion, right, of wellness and art and jewelry and yoga.
Yes. We'll call it Tribal Balance Fusion.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Because, I mean, you are really pulling together, and it's probably organic. I don't know if that's the right word. It's probably organic, right? It's going to move the way that it should.
Yeah.
Because you're just keeping your options open and going, if ink is,
focus on that. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
We can go in the direction that seems the most powerful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you we're not leaving yet, but thank you for inviting our community into your store.
Absolutely.
We're going to continue talking here for a few minutes.
Yes.
And thank you.
Cool.
And what we'll do too is we'll go ahead and pin the location here too. So for those folks that, want to stop in and check out the store themselves and the artwork and the jewelry and meet you guys, that they can do that as well. So
sounds
thank you
good
for that. But we're going to jump in the car.
We're going to get rolling. All right.
Continue on. It's kind of like carpool karaoke, although we won't be singing, or maybe you'll be singing.
That'd be kind of weird. Just break out in song.
I'll be singing here, though.
That's even weirder. I'm going. Okay, so riding with you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Sorry about the interruptions.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what. I absolutely love, and I think that the interviews that probably gets the most interest are ones that are just, fly by the seat of your pants, right? I mean, if you go into a store and there's public.
This is you?
Yeah, you jump right in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
And Craig, right over here, bud.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
So we are jumping in the car here, and if you've joined Tuesday at 7 before, we've been in the car, I don't know, 7 or 8 times, and I don't know, kind of being in the car is cool, but what we wanted to do was to start off at Tribal Balance, see your painting and your jewelry, but what we wanted to do is dig a little bit further into the inspirations, where your artwork, where your influence and, maybe the directions you'll be going in the next few years. But take us present day. Like, tell me where your mind is at.
Okay.
At 24.
As far as the direction I want to go in with art, or like life.
Life. Art too.
Okay,
too,
well,
right?
that's part of
it, right?
Yeah. So I would say, I hope in the near future, I always had like multiple sources of income. I'm somebody who doesn't really like to sit still, but I would like to in the near future just have all my time just be music, art, and then this new business. That's what I want to do solely. So. I'm really looking forward to the near future because I feel like that's a very strong reality. So especially with narrowing down a possible location, it makes it that much more real because I'll be able to incorporate, the art there as well. It's all tied in together. But yeah, just music, art, and then do the Tribal Balance. That's all I want to do.
There's I don't know if this is the correct way to describe it. Maybe it is, and if not, and just kind of take us there.
It scared me.
That
What
is-
is this by my head?
but that is, yeah.
Oh.
I think that those artists that make, and I'll use the phrase, the leap of faith,
Yeah.
right? To say, we've, that the artists who say, I am going to walk to the precipice, right? In the precipice, maybe, here's my normal source of income.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leap off that precipice and I'm going to go to, my creative, my creative life.
And I've done that before for a couple years. And so I'm ready to, I'm getting ready to do that again, but just adding a couple more things into the mix. So I'm looking forward to it. With art and music, I know that a lot of artists and musicians can relate. You kind of get in funks where you really you don't have any creativity. You feel like you have no creativity. You can't, you're in a slump, like a writer's block. And so I'm kind of just coming out of one of those. I didn't do a whole lot with art for the last, I would say, almost a year and a half. And now I'm just started painting again and doing music again. So there's sort of been a reawakening, I guess you can say, happening. I'm glad for that.
Yeah, is creativity, I'm going to ask a question that, sort of done a question, but how does it transfer from medium to medium for you, right? And so you may find yourself songwriting, singing, you may find yourself then bouncing into jewelry making, or writing, whatever. Is it, describe the process of kind of moving between mediums.
I really don't know if I could. It's just something that kind of happens.
Yeah.
I had a series, this was probably like 2 years ago. I had it was a surgeon who commissioned me for like 5 pieces, really large paintings. And after I got done with all those pieces, I just could not paint another painting. I'm like, I need to switch it up. And that's actually what kind of threw me into the jewelry direction.
Okay.
As I'm like, well, I have all this creativity inside of me all the time. I need to release it some way. If I can't paint right now, I need to figure out another channel. So it was, the jewelry, and it worked out. It worked out pretty cool. I think so. But I really can't explain that. It'll just hit me. The idea will just hit me, and I just got to roll with it.
Yeah. It's, I think that's how a lot of artists experience, the muse or, the zone.
Is this what I had earlier? Oh, I had one of those earlier.
Did you? I love those. Or kind of like that Zen moment.
Yes. Okay. That's a perfect way of describing it. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Zen moments when I'm doing art.
Yeah.
For sure. Where I almost feel like I'm disconnected completely.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Well, we're going to head on into kind of a creative area here in the house. We're going to go to where my office is. I also have a studio downstairs. I'm interested in learning about where you create.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Yep. And we have a doodle.
Yeah. I love all animals.
Yeah.
I don't want to know if I could walk on your carpet or not.
No, we have a dog. We clean our carpets. And,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Oh, it smells good. It smells like incense.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and sit down here. So
Cool.
So as we're kind of landing here, Craig, you got enough space back there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So what I want to do is get back into where you create.
Okay. Well, this is kind of unconventional. So I don't use easels. I never have. I find them to be uncomfortable. I create literally like in my dining room, living room space. And I have other spaces that I could use. I have a big basement. I could easily set up a studio, but for whatever reason, my little Zen area is right in my living room. So yeah, Yeah. Just like I literally, I'll be painting. I'll have like the canvas on my lap. I'll be turning it in all kinds of directions, and that's where I like to do it.
Yeah.
When I had an easel set up, like with like a studio space, I just didn't want to be in it. So it's kind of strange.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
How about the jewelry?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Everything is right there. Yeah. Dining room, living room. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's weird.
So for those of you who are joining here, what we want to do is encourage you to share this video. When you share it, if you press that share button, it's usually an arrow. It may even say share on some folks' laptops or on their phones. But when you hit that share button, we know it. And when you hit that share button, it will prompt you. It'll say, do you want to share to a friend? Do you want to share to a group? Do you want to share to a particular person? And we encourage you to share this. But when you do, we know it. And then at our next interview, we're going to draw a winner. But
Can I grab the
thing?
Okay.
Show that real quick. But while you're doing that, what we have is our last interview was with Mac Bilski.
Okay.
And he just had a studio opening. Yeah, let's go ahead and. So if your name is drawn, and you get then you'll get this piece.
Yes.
That
a man or a woman could wear this.
Yeah.
This is a unisex necklace.
And thank you for that. We appreciate
absolutely.
it. All right. So for those who watched us a couple weeks ago, we were with Mac Bilski. He is a Clevelander who returned back from LA. He left a giant podcast, one of the nation's, the world's top podcasts called Impulsive, and he came back here to do art. And he's like, I'm going to leave that.
Wow.
Come back here and follow, take the leap of faith, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, nice.
But for everybody who shared that interview, actually, we have a poster photograph. But if you share that interview, your name is in here. You want to go ahead and draw the winner for that Macklin artwork?
Oh, that's cool. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah. And
I think this says, was Mag's Armor?
Oh, that's right. Mags, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a
Mags,
G or a G.
Congratulations. I know that you've been keeping an eye on Macklin's work as well, but it's thank you, Mags, and thank you, Macklin. Your opening this past week was monumental for sure. Songwriting,
yeah,
singing, painting,
a lot.
And we were talking about 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I want to get back to is you had even expressed so we had talked about kind of a little bit about the past. We talked a little bit about the current. Has some vision, because did you say that you have a show in 2025?
In 2025, yes. So Halloween Day 2025, it's going to be at Negative Space Gallery, which I love. Gadi Zamir is one of my favorite artists. He's absolutely incredible. His work is just amazing to me. And I personally have never seen a cooler gallery in my life. So it's going to be there. We're probably going to be collaborating on a piece, Gadi and I, as well, because our styles really would work well together. So that'll be exciting. And I love Halloween, so that just makes it even cooler. And I'll be singing there as well. I usually do when I have an art show there. I have like a band member and we do a few songs. So that'll be exciting. It's far away, yes, but that kind of gives me a lot of time to paint a lot of works of art. So
are we going to see painting primarily?
Primarily,
okay.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a series of the same size as the Raven, 36 by 48. So it's going to be, I've already got plans for about 6 right now.
Wow.
So, I mean, they take a lot of time, but God, I really love, I have all the patience. This is the craziest part. All those little dots, and there's like probably thousands in some of the paintings. I have all the patience in the world to do those dots, but regular people patience for like regular things, don't have them. It's just the strangest thing, but art, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
When you click in, and I'm just using that as a generic term, when you click in, right, if you're painting and all of a sudden like you get to that point where you're just like, feels like it's almost creating itself.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm like almost tapped into like something higher when I'm painting. because there's no more thinking. It's just doing. And that's my favorite part. And people always find that so weird. I'm like, well, do you find meditation weird? Do you find, I mean, it's because essentially that's what I'm doing, and I'm not choosing to, it just happens. And then that's like the best work comes out of it. Now, when I have to plan an entire piece from start to finish, because I'm primarily just a commissioned artist. So, I don't really paint for myself. It's usually for someone else. But when every little detail is planned, I don't enjoy it at all. I don't enjoy painting it. It's just like I need the freedom and the flow to kind of just do my own thing along with what they want. But I've never had someone unhappy with a painting I've done for them. So they're always like, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was going to go in that direction. And I'm like, me either, but I'm happy about it when it's done. So
That's the best work too.
it is.
When it takes over you.
Yes.
And it takes you where it wants to go.
Yes. I feel like I really feel like I'm tapped into something else. And a lot of the people that I've been a part of spiritual communities for many years.
Yeah.
A lot of people say the same thing. Spiritual people, when they see it, they're like, oh, this is like, they can tell it's spiritual. So, yeah.
Spiritual, it's medicinal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just calms you.
Absolutely. Because I'm not like, I would say I'm kind of more on the high strung end.
Yeah.
I always have an excessive amount of energy, but when I'm doing art, I'm very calm, and I can sit there for hours.
Yeah.
So now, like, put me in a desk job, which I've done plenty of in the past. I want to pull my hair out. Sitting still for 9 hours, it's hard. But art, no problem. I can do that with art, no problem. And I've done that before, 8 hours straight on a painting. And it's that's how I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm channeling something.
Yeah. There was a number of folks that we've sat down with, had conversations over the years, over our 350 or so,
Nice.
artist communities, artists in our community. There's been several of them that have talked about the spiritual aspect of art.
That's amazing.
And, some of them were saying, and as a matter of fact, I think Doc said that he believes that we are creators, small c creators, and that when we create, it's a imitation of the divine.
Yes.
It's kind of like, if the great creator created, we're small creators, and we're doing something, that's divinely inspired.
Shouldn't have done that. I agree. Sorry, I just put my hair into the mic. Switching sides here. Absolutely. That's how I feel. I really do. It's special for me.
Yeah.
Doing art. So music too, but different with art.
Do you use it? I know that I find myself, I think Craig, when he creates as well, that we find ourselves when life seems chaotic, that our art is it's our process, it's our center, it's our, escape.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of artists say that.
Yeah.
And a lot, because I have a lot of artists and musician friends, and a lot of artists, they use it as an outlet, like when things are not going so well. I find myself being the opposite. When things are not going well in my life, I'm not creative. I lose the will to create. I have to be feeling good and be at peace. And then it flows. So I guess I'm opposite in a lot of, in that way than a lot of artists. Because so many people I know that, and I've, dealt with depression and anxiety. I think a lot of artists have, but a lot of artists, they use the depression and anxiety to create. Me, it shuts me down. So yeah, it's very strange. I have to be at peace, but I am very much at peace in my life now. So, but in the past, being in a funk, being depressed, no, you're not getting any art out of me. Not at all. Yeah.
The color, paintings are blessed with color.
Oh yeah, a lot of color.
Are blessed with color, a lot of color.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about the color choice, or is that just
it's in the moment?
It's in the moment.
That is in the moment kind of a thing. Okay. Unless, again, I rarely paint for me. That Raven painting is the first piece I've done for me in a long time. We're talking years. My favorite colors are black and red. So black, red, and white. There's going to be a lot of paintings with that color scheme. But if the customer doesn't choose, then I just choose in the moment. A lot of times they're like, oh, whatever, or I'll go with like the color scheme of their house. Or some people they'll give me complete creative freedom. Like, I trust you. We love your work. Whatever you come up with, they'll just give me like an idea, and then I'll just kind of make it magical from there, I guess.
You'll just go from there.
Yeah.
We have the Halloween 2025,
Yes.
which, if you're talking about 5 or 6 large canvases, like, that's going to be
Probably going to be more than that, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely.
that's a lot going on. Singing, songwriting. Do you have some? You shared with us some music. Go ahead and after this is done with our live, go back and
Cool. Would love it.
Yeah, check out your music. But where can we hear you? Do you have any gigs coming up or
private parties? Yeah,
okay.
I've been doing a lot of private parties with the classic rock cover band. Lately, I got another private party, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. So can't see me at those, unfortunately. But I'm sure there's going to be some other show. Like, I don't do the booking, but I'm sure there's going to be some other shows that people can come out and see me at, and I put those on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I always post on my Facebook. I'm not good with Instagram. I need to be taught how to use that properly. I don't know. So Facebook is like the one for sure way to advertise.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah. The let's say as we're kind of rounding third. First of all, what I want to do is I want to thank Jerry for making an introduction, because we've both known Jerry for quite some time. As a matter of fact,
Jerry's awesome.
This is actually a piece of Jerry's.
Oh, nice, nice.
You see that
Oh, Jerry's
sculpture?
great.
That was in my office until COVID. Then I brought it back home, and I think that he may have titled that
I really like that. That's really cool.
Bicyclist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jerry is awesome. I call him a mad scientist. He's my mad scientist friend.
Yeah. So thank you, Jerry, for making the introduction.
Absolutely.
But what I didn't realize was, as I first looked into your work and your profile, it's like we have like 100, 200, 150, 200 friends in common.
Right.
And you've been painting and doing this like for years. And but I guess you kind of answer that. You're like, listen, I create. I don't spend as much time online as I am creating. I'm doing my thing.
Yes. I kind of, I'm an adaptable person, but I have been known to be a little on the introverted side. And I would kind of, for years at a time, just really not want to do art shows, or I turned down a lot of stuff. And my father used to get so mad at me, especially with music. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, you have all these opportunities. And I'm just like, don't really want to put myself out there. Like, I'll just hide out in my house kind of mentality. And I'm like, that's not going to really get me anywhere. Lacking the business sense for art. I lack the business sense. I'm great at creating, and that's the part I want to focus on. But as far as like marketing and like taking opportunities, I suck. It's not good. So I was really excited about this. And I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. I got to do it, Well,
we encourage you guys to follow Daniella out on Facebook.
Yes.
Maybe click in to her website, which we'll have posted here. You can stop in at Tribal Balance.
Oh, absolutely.
And see her work in person.
Every Tuesday and Friday, I am there. I work there. Rob is a very good friend of mine and a very good businessman. And so me being there helps him greatly. And, we've got these big plans in the future too. So I am looking forward to it. But yeah, every Tuesday and Friday I'm there.
We will keep an eye on your work, your business expansion.
Some really big things coming up in the future. Well, for art, for music, and the business.
And
so
for business.
Yes, I'm not going to say what they are right now, but they're really big things coming in every direction. So I'm excited, but I'm also a little nervous because I'm someone who, like I said, I kind of am more on the introverted side. So I'm like, okay, now I don't have a choice. I'm just going to have to be extroverted. So I'm kind of being forced to but that's good because I wouldn't do it on my
It's a battle
own.
within yourself.
Yes.
I think many artists are introverts.
Yes.
Because that's me. I'm shy. But it can get on stage and perform or sing or
absolutely.
do my thing, act in a haunted house. But then once the show's over, it's like
you want to crawl back.
Shell.
Me exactly. Exactly. So
that's
yes,
every artist.
I'm grabbing it and actively trying to work with it. This, I mean, because I'm going to be 40 years old. It's like I gotta time to get out there. You know what I mean? Like, and stop being so introverted. And when I tell people I'm introverted, they're like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Well, yeah, because I can adapt, but being home alone, I do great at that. I when the whole COVID thing happened, I'm like, I was born for this. I stay home anyway. It was that's my safe zone, and I'm for 2024 and 2025. I am definitely being pushed out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But that's where change occurs. So I'm open for it, no matter how much it's uncomfortable. I don't care. It's time, and I have to. So yeah.
Well, we appreciate you sharing that with us. And again, guys, we encourage you to share because you have an opportunity to wear some of Daniella's work. And we are going to keep an eye on what you're doing. Yeah. And we'll also, I know it sounds like a long ways away, but Halloween 2025 is not that far away.
No, time is going by real fast lately. So I'm like, that's a perfect amount of time to create some things. So
thank you for your transparency and thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Craig. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.